forward and set up big shots.
Right.
We have Carter Whitty making his way to the cage. He's fun to watch. He brings just a certain level of intensity and like confidence that he has in himself.
Yeah, kid's a freaking serial killer, man.
Serial killer vibes.
The mentality that he carries, man, and the demeanor he brings into the cage, he just wants to implement violence at all times. And something to note, man, which is pretty cool, is that he was ready to go pro, right? He was telling everybody, oh, I want to go pro next fight. I want my pro debut. But then Thurman popped up, and he's like, no, this is a little bit more exciting for me. I want to challenge myself, and I want to take a strap home with me before I get to professional ranks.
And hey, good on him to take that fight. This is a tough fight.
Yeah.
And this is a fight that could happen in the pro ranks.
Yep.
Whether choosing to fight amateur. And I think that's a good thing to do, right? Test yourself. If you can't beat the best amateurs around, then maybe you're not quite ready to go pro.
That and just like a whole new type of look that you get to encounter before you hit the pro ranks. You know, win or lose, obviously you're so eager to win, right? But to just experience this type of look from a high-level amateur like Thurman, man, it's only going to prove to be very beneficial when he goes professional.
Yeah, Carter always looking for the kill shot. Fantastic at finding different ways and angles in order to do it.
I don't know what it is. I love how he enters the cage each time. He's just got that intensity. You can feel it from the outside of the cage.
Absolutely.
Carter Whitty, someone who I've spent time on the mats with back when I would get rounds down in Fall River at Regiment Training Center. And, you know, always a tough kid, always training with the best, and surging as an amateur finisher with a highlight reel for the ages.
He's got the cowboy hat this time. He switched it up on us.
Yeah, and he's going to be the biggest test of this young man's career.
He's double hats.
Yeah.
Thurman Mugiwara Hargrove, easily running into the most dangerous foe that he has faced in his amateur career. Dominant in his own aspects, a full, complete game. Powerful striking, like you mentioned, looking like a young Tyson in his last outing. Compact, composed, and aggressive, and taking the center. It's going to be a dangerous game plan against someone the likes of Carter Whitty. But as much as Carter Whitty is Thurman's toughest test to date, this is easily the most dangerous foe that Carter Whitty has faced to date. They're both viable to fight as professionals right now. And such a wise decision for both of them. Yes, Carter missed by a few pounds, so the belt is not really on the line anymore.
It's not on the line for
and it doesn't quite take a defense as Thurman Hargrove, as we await our tail to take for this amateur bantamweight title fight.
All right, here we go. Tail of the tape. We got Carter Whitty at 28 years old. Thurman Hargrove, young man at 20 years old. He is the shorter of the two fighters, 5'6", with Carter Whitty standing 5'11". Again, we mentioned that weight miss by Carter at 138. Hargrove weighted at 134, and Whitty has the better reach advantage with a 5-inch reach advantage, 73 inches. We are on to Andy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from our first intermission. And now, this next fight is brought to you by 42nd Brew. And we are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Amateur Cage Titans Bantamweight Championship. Introducing to you first, in the red corner, with an amateur mixed martial arts record of 4-3. He stands 5'11" tall, and he came in over the weight limit at 138 pounds. From Fall River, Massachusetts, representing Regiment Training Center, make some noise for the most violent Carter Whitty! And now, introducing his opponent, standing across from him in the blue corner, with an amateur mixed martial arts record of 5-1. He stands 5 foot 6 inches tall, and he weighed in at 134 pounds. From Fitchburg, Massachusetts, he's representing Zicali MMA. Let's hear it for the reigning, defending Cage Titans amateur Bantamweight champion, Thurman Mugiwara Hargrove. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this Bantamweight title fight is Steve Rita.
There's some intensity in that cage. You got Whitty in the black trunks. You got Hargrove with the black and the gold flowers on them. These boys are ready to throw down.
Laser focus on both. Mugiwara coming out the gate, and he's got a mission in his eyes. I think he took that weight miss a little personally, and Carter Whitty,
He went for that little switch kick.
Yep.
He's been known to land that.
Already landed a high kick off the guard of Thurman. Oh, blast double from Thurman
Nice
Hargrove.
takedown by Thurman.
Puts Carter on his back early.
and we know that Thurman has these wrestling skills to get this fight here.
And we talked about that, right? Thurman has this good top pressure, the strong wrestling. He has been submitted twice.
Ooh, as Carter's trying to check out the triangle here.
Right, and he's got the long legs.
Both these kids from tough towns, Fall River and Fitchburg, opposite sides of the state of Massachusetts, both top cities in the Bay State. Both trying to rep.
Yep, Thurman doing a good job staying tight here, keeping both of Carter's shoulders flat to the mat.
You can tell he's very heavy, right? He's pinning the shoulders to the ground, but he's trying to work his way up.
And Carter trying to make some space, but he really needs to fight for that underhook on the left side. Thurman Hargrove doing a good job of keeping that control with his arm placement. Good
And you
pressure.
see how heavy Thurman's being on his throat right there with the shoulder.
It's a nice cross face.
Good shoulder pressure, and it doesn't look like much, but that just it's draining, it's uncomfortable.
You put the pressure right down the carotid artery, right, closing that up.
I mean, it's early in the fight, right? So this is where you can start to sap a lot of the energy from Carter. Carter looking to get his leg free.
I'd like to see Carter get a little bit more sense of urgency now to push away, to fight the hips, to change position.
Yeah, he's
These
getting his
amateur
hips
rounds go by
involved.
fast.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
already
start
a minute
shrimping
left.
out, right?
Thurman's pretty content just to stay in good position. Not throwing much offense off, but keeping the dominant position. Thurman looking to isolate that arm there of Carter Whitty.
Yeah, it's hard to get it from this angle.
Yeah.
Not that he can, he's looking for it.
And he's
Moves
really
to
looking
mount
for it
here.
though. Good hips from
That's a
Thurman
good
here.
shots.
Hargrove with the dominant hips, dominant top pressures from the second he got that takedown.
A couple good shots to finish this round. Whitty works his way back up to the feet.
Yeah, Carter doing a good job of surviving those tough spots.
And I think it's good for morale, right, to end on your feet, right, to get back up to the feet
Yeah.
at the end of that round.
Here we
go on replay.
Get that off a little bit sooner in the next round.
Thurman wasted no time, and he timed it, right? Carter threw that kick, Thurman grabbed, drove through, and then once on the ground, he completely controlled that position. He didn't do a whole lot early on. He finished with a nice little flurry there. You saw Carter be able to get up because of that play.
Yeah, Carter Whitty never really got the chance to get going. He tried to at the gate, was starting to start with aggression, throwing head kicks, but Thurman Hargrove immediately closing the distance and securing top position, and that was the story of the round in most part.
It won't be long before Hargrove shoots. When you have that much success on the ground and are able to control the fight, you're going to go back for it.
And the common theme, right, is now that he has the threat of the takedown as well. He can use that into his own striking arsenal, using the level changes, set up his overhands and whatnot. Sprints right out of the gate, does Thurman.
Couple big shots.
Nice return leg kick.
Ooh, there it is.
That's a nice body kick.
Look at that. How
Explosive.
quick was that? He got in on the hips.
He's
he
fast,
absorbed Carter Whitty and just completely dumped him on his back.
Explosive guy.
Quick, untelegraphed.
And Carter was doing the right thing. He was moving a ton left and right. He was moving laterally, which you have to do, right? But the second he was lined up, Hargrove was lined up with Whitty's hips. He shot in, boom. We're right back to where we were in round one.
I think a common problem that Carter's facing, though, is, Thurman's a very quick fighter, obviously, which makes us, able to. But Carter's throwing these kicks a little too close in that inside range, man. He needs a little bit more distance when he's throwing these off, or else he's going to keep getting that leg taken out.
Because both of these were like opportunistic takedowns.
Right.
Right? He throws the kick, Hargrove catches it, moves in, gets him down to the ground. Hargrove's doing a good job on the feet, just in that short exchange of not letting Whitty settle at all.
Yep. Yeah, constantly feinting, giving different movements, sprinted out of the gate, put him on the fence early.
And now that he's fearing the takedown, he's moving around, trying to move around even more, and seems a little bit more unsure on the feet. Pretty much right back to that same position. Half guard, now to mount.
Floats right into mount, yep. He's going to choose to give his back up, it seems, at the risk, calculated risk of getting up here. Thurman's got that Dagestani handcuff, it seems, cage side here.
Nice ground and pound when he established that control. Immediately getting to work is Mugiwara.
Got him in turtle.
Trying to get that body triangle, slips off a little bit.
Works his way up.
There's Carter with that
There
grind.
you go,
but
push the head.
high crotch for Thurman. Carter fishing for that underhook. And staying a foot.
Yeah, he was able to lift him just high enough. Defend that ankle.
So yeah, Carter making adjustments and improving on the fly here, able to get back up to his feet. Eats a knee, but gets a smile out of Carter Whitty.
And just like round one, it's a little too late though.
Right.
He got to his feet, which is great, but he didn't do it quite fast enough. He didn't have enough time to work on his feet.
Yeah, sometimes when you're on bottom and you need to work your way up, you spend so much energy. And if it's early in the round, you're like, oh, you know what? Do I really want to spend all this energy and blow my load? But you know what? At this point, maybe you get 2 rounds in, and both rounds have gone the same way. Make a little bit more effort, a little bit sooner to get up. That would be a good adjustment, I would say.
And Hargrove has a clear path to victory. Do more of the same. Find an opportunity, get the takedown, and control. Is it the most exciting for the fans? Not always. Is it going to get you a win? You keep your belt, like, that's worth it, right? It's not always about the blood. Sometimes it's about getting the victory, and if you see a clear path to victory, you take that path.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's really draining the energy from Carter and all these changes. But Carter is the one that's going to have to spend so much more energy trying to get up that maybe in the later rounds, Thurman can still keep the same game plan and find a neck open up in the fatigue of Carter.
And it becomes mentally draining, not just physically, but mentally. If he ends up on his back again, he's going to be like, oh, man, how did I get here? Again. I mean, Hargrove's going to shoot again.
Yeah, big combination with Hargrove, though.
Nice. Look for him to try to time one of those kicks again.
Carter is doing a better job being wary of where he is in that cage, though. Lateral movement,
Oh, ate a big shot.
And he threw that shot to get in on the shot. Hargrove right back on top with 2.5 minutes to go
Already
in this
to
third
mount
round.
now.
Yeah.
Last couple times it took him a bit to get to this position. He moved right to mount, now on the back to mount.
Yeah, Thurman's doing a great job of just floating to all these top positions.
And this is where it starts to feel real defeating for Whitty.
Yep.
He's in the same place, having trouble getting back to his feet.
Trying to get the cage
Good.
involved here
Little
for a
more
stand-up.
urgency. Nice job. He needs to get to his feet right now.
Thurman in on that front headlock. Carter is in his own corner, though. I'm sure he's getting some good advice, hearing it pretty clearly.
Yeah, I heard a fan in the crowd yelling, "Get up," too. That seemed like some good advice.
Nice.
Very educated.
Get up.
Very educated right there. Why don't you go over and wrestle Thurman Hargrove and
There's
get
a
up?
few
Why don't
times
you?
in my career where I spent a lot of time on my back, and I'd always hear that one guy, "Get up." Thanks, man. I'm trying.
Why didn't I
I'm
think of
trying
that?
to. Why didn't I think of that?
Couldn't believe it. Wow. So smart. But
Man,
Carter-
Hargrove's got a bright future, huh? How young is he? He didn't say he was
right
like
side
20.
of 20. No, I don't think it's legal to drink alcohol yet. So a lot of promise when you're subduing somebody as dangerous as Carter Whitty, who's, you know, trying to do the right things. He's trying to inch out, create a scramble, but Thurman Hargrove just has those hips, man. He's so heavy, so dense, low center of gravity, and he's just dominating Carter Whitty right now.
And it's not that like Hargrove couldn't win a stand-up fight against Whitty too. Yes, it would be more back and forth, and we saw that in the short exchanges, but Hargrove looks good on the feet as well.
Yeah, he landed some big right hands, closing the distance nicely, but this is his bread and butter. This is his easiest and clear-cut path to victory that he established in round one, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That game plan is working seamlessly. It's perfect.
Looks like Carter's got a little bit of a slice between his ear. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
there's
that's
a little
from
blood.
maybe the cage or something.
Well, yeah, it could be from the cage, from a punch, who knows? There is blood coming. From the side of the head of Carter Whitty. Thurman Hargrove composed.
I'm starting to see a little frustration in Whitty's face too.
Yep.
He was smiling more at the beginning of last round, right? Trying to play to it, but now you're starting to see the reality setting in, right? That he has this guy that he can't stop from taking him down, and he keeps coming.
3 rounds in a row, too.
I would like to see Whitty put Hargrove on his back foot. Right, Whitty already has played the game of let me try to move laterally, let me try to land these head kicks, but now maybe put Hargrove on the back foot. It is harder to shoot when you're on the back foot.
Right. It's just very tough. I agree with you. I think that would definitely show at least some new type of look from Carter, but when you meet somebody trying to put him on the back foot, it's an easy level change.
There he is right
well.
there, coming out
Absolutely.
aggressive out the gate, throwing a multi-punch combination, trying to establish a kicking range as Carter Whitty here. But all that being said, he's always got to be wary of the entry from Thurman Hargrove, who has found that takedown every round.
All right, so strikes landed right now. Whitty's landed 11 out of 28, and Hargrove's 47 out of 58. 81% accuracy. Mostly those shots are on the ground.
Yeah, right away. Carter needs to get his hips active.
Yeah, he needs to like try to get up like Thurgrove's on fire. He's gonna catch him on fire. He needs to find a way to create space. Easier said than done, right? When you got a strong guy like Hargrove on top of you that knows how to distribute his weight. You see how he stays heavy in the hips, and then he transitions well from position to position, right? From that half to mount, back to half to the back.
Well, he's trying to come up on a single leg here. He's driving, and he's in. But Thurman using that front headlock to negate it. Good hips from Thurman here, keeping Carter cage side pressed up.
Yeah, Hargrove kind of flipping the display of dominance in his initial title victory against Ash Rao, where he was compact in his boxing range and outstruck the grappler. Right now, he is completely married to that takedown, holds it down, ground and pound type of game plan, out-grappling the striker. But at this level, with this kind of fight, at the stage in your amateur career, the risks that need to be taken, this is where you do it if you're Thurman Hargrove. You start trying to strike with the striker. You're up 4 rounds to none, clearly. There's no real risk in putting it on the line even though you're ahead.
Absolutely.
Because you're going pro, and the record is slated. So if you're a pro fighter and you're up 4 rounds, you got to play it safe because there's your career on the line. You don't want to make a silly mistake and lose. This would be one of those opportunities to see what you're made of, see what you can do. You're dominating somebody. Let's see what I can do if I completely change it up in the 5th round. And if I get caught, so what? It's an amateur fight. Moving on with a clean slate next time I step in there. So Thurman Hargrove has looked sensational. There's not a single criticism you could make about how flawless he has performed through 4 rounds and has pitched a shutout over Carter Whitty. The only thing that could differentiate it is what risks are you going to take after dominating so clearly to punctuate your amateur career and go into the next stage with a dynamic launching pad. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, but if I'm Thurman Hargrove's corner, I'm telling him to keep doing the same thing. I'm telling him, don't be stupid, right? Don't get caught with something stupid. Go in there, play your game, get the victory. But I completely agree with you, right? To take risks, to put yourself into those moments, those battles, to test yourself here at the amateur level is also important.
Yeah, you've got 3 minutes of which left to work. You haven't been able to put this guy away with the game plan that's already been executed flawlessly. You know you got the wrestling chops.
So how bad do you want to finish? Does the finish matter to him? Or does he just want the victory? If he wants the finish, he's going to have to keep it on the feet and be a little bit more aggressive with the hands.
Yeah, in my opinion here, when Thurman's going to be entering on another takedown inevitably, I would assume, Carter's got to start chucking those limbs up the middle preemptively.
Well, there's times as a pro where you need to take a safe performance in order to secure a victory because there's more stakes on the lines. Thurman Hargrove, bless you. Thurman Hargrove, I wouldn't call him performing safely here. He's taking risks, he's getting into range, and he's dominating for sure.
Now he's letting it go a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of what I want to see.
What you're talking about, yep, but right back.
Right back to it.
Right back. Well, this feels safer.
Exactly.
He knows, right? He knows he's got it locked down here.
Can't miss with that double leg.
But as you hear, not always the most exciting for the fans. There are a few drinks in, and they want blood.
They've seen this already 4 times. They know exactly how this round is going to go because it hasn't changed in 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5. Not a knock at all on Thurman Hargrove. He's doing his job. He's executing it perfectly. At this stage in an amateur career, a safe victory is no longer as much of a viable learning lesson that you could possibly get as an amateur, if that makes sense. That's the point I'm trying to make here.
Well, the thing about, like, to your point, Andy, right, at some point when you go pro, you might be able to dominate someone once you get them to the ground, but what happens when you run into that guy that you can't get to the ground?
Yes.
And then you're stuck in a stand-up exchange.
Ooh, caught it
Right
on a
there,
single with the
Carter
knee
Whitty
ended.
getting up for the first time since getting taken down.
That was important. Oh, He's trying to break.
Now he needs to be right up if he wants to get back into this fight.
Yeah, there's no question.
Yeah, kick out, right? He cannot accept this position.
If this were a football game, it'd be over. Everybody's left the stadium. The only thing that makes this competitive is it's a fight, and Carter Whitty could shut anybody's lights out at any time. But this was any sport, the game would be over at how far ahead Thurman Hargrove is on the points.
And a lot of guys would have accepted that down position at this point in the fight. Carter is trying to get back up.
Yep.
He is fighting to get back up, and he wants to fight right now.
And he's on his feet.
He needs some space. Just needs a little space.
It's the biggest adjustments we've seen so far in the fight. Carter fishing for underhooks to separate.
See if he can turn him.
Thurman just on him like a wet blanket, though.
Yeah, Thurman doesn't want to take the risk. He's on his way to a victory. He's going to keep him here.
$20 seconds left in this bout.
Yeah, it's just a perfect performance from Thurman Hargrove. It's hard pressed to find any criticisms on how flawlessly he executed here tonight. Carter trying it, going for broke. You gotta love the heart of Carter Whitty. But there's no doubt about it, Thurman Hargrove absolutely dominant each and every single one of the 5 rounds of this amateur title fight. Complete domination, top pressure, strike ratio landed. All Thurman Hargrove, who just continues to showcase dominance as an amateur. This young man, the sky's the limit. The only criticism possible that you could have of Thurman Hargrove is you're gonna run into tougher walls and tougher tests as a pro. You're gonna continue as an amateur. Time to start upping the risks.
Yeah, 7 for 7 on takedown attempts. Real impressive grappler out of Thurman, man. High strike output on the ground, trying to stay busy the whole time. And Carter just didn't really have an answer for all the takedowns in the first 4 rounds. In the last round, we saw a little bit more dog and a little bit more fight, urgency to get up. It's a little too late.
Yeah, he needed that earlier, right? He needed that real urgency. In the early rounds, it seemed that he kind of accepted the position for a little bit, and then he kept that. But hats off to both guys. I mean, Thurman Hargrove, he looks really unstoppable. Looking forward to seeing him make his professional debut. He may be onto the pro ranks next after that victory.
I mean, yeah, what's the wait for? I mean, I know he's young and he's still trying to rack up it. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for these two. After 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this fight 50-45, giving you your winner by unanimous decision, and still the Cage Titans Amateur Bantamweight Champion, Thurman Mugiwara Hargrove.
Thurman Hargrove, young gun, staying the champ. The future's looking bright for this kid, man.
Hey,
full skill set.
Yeah, although it wasn't the most exciting fight, right? He proved again he can go in there, fight against a tough guy, execute a game plan. Clearly, that was a game plan, and you know, if it wasn't, they figured that game plan out after the first round.
Yeah.
After he had all of that control. And hats off to Carter Whitty. He just didn't really have an answer to the wrestling. He had a few good moments in the stand-up exchanges. You could tell he was still trying. He was trying to get back up, but like you said, a little too late. Would have liked to see him more urgent early in the fight.
Yeah.